We have a dream. It's impossible to comprehend the scope of the crisis in sub-Saharan Africa. I did my reading like any good student before heading to Africa on a medical trip, but nothing could have prepared me for what I saw. It's a long way from Flower Mound, Texas to South Africa. I started the Eyes on Africa Foundation after volunteering in South Africa a few years ago. Africa taught me the beauty of culture, of people, and of humanity as a whole. But it also awakened me to the suffering of the world. HIV/AIDS runs rampant, and the cycle of disease and poverty is a part of everyday life. All too often, the victims are the most innocent, the children.
Almost every family is affected. So there is no way that now I can look next to and say they are affected and we are not affected.
EOAF really started with this idea of raising $5. That's all it takes to save a life. Well, I knew I had $5, and I knew a lot of people that did too. Students across the world are now joining together to help make a difference. In the spirit of Ubuntu, the Eyes on Africa Foundation is empowering communities in Africa by empowering the youth elsewhere. Campus coordinators at more than 30 schools worldwide are raising funds and awareness in order to help those in need. Our work eventually led us to Edifani in Nyanga, South Africa. What Edifani does right is work with and through the community to help remove people from this cycle of disease and poverty. Our volunteers and I fell in love with their work. It's the community-based approach, which I think is what makes Edifani so successful.
It's a multi-purpose center for AIDS-affected children and their caregivers, but also to support the community in its struggle against HIV and AIDS. I think that if you really want to make a child secure and happy, their caregivers need to be secure and happy. Part of what we're trying to do for Nyanga's vulnerable children is to empower their caregivers, not just emotionally, but also economically.
Edifani is identifying HIV-positive community members. It's holistic community care. Treat people medically and economically. Eyes on Africa was able to help donate seeds and farming tools, supplies for the Child Care Center, and an industrial sewing machine to allow the Income Generation program to take on more HIV-positive women. What I think was really a unique idea, though, was to provide a mobile HIV and TB testing vehicle to nurses who were already going into the community doing testing. Our volunteers refurbished a donated caravan in a machine shop alongside people who really cared about their community. Even more so, people we never even knew sent us aerial photos of our work area, along with a donation and a thank you note telling us how we'd impacted their lives too. The vehicle allowed the nurses to increase the number of people they were testing by over 700%. What ended up happening was that not only did we help the nurses and their patients, but we created an unexpected ripple effect. That's the power of Eyes on Africa.
So what's the point? The point is that I want you to realize how capable you are to change the world now. But I don't want you to just realize it. I want you to show everyone that being young is no longer a rite of passage into adulthood. Together, we can change the world. And it's going to start today. Some of the doors we knock on are going to swing open, but it's the ones we've got to tear down that are really going to show us who we are.
There are so many ways to get involved. Become a campus coordinator, submit a project proposal of your own, donate, volunteer, recruit your family and friends. Eyes on Africa is about people helping people, but that can't continue without you. We're partnering with Edifani to make the community of Nwamitwa's wish come true. The land is there. The community is waiting. All the support is ready. We just need to put the plan into action. You can help. Eyes on Africa's story is just beginning. Each of our volunteers writes their own chapter, and we need you to help us write the ending.